been doing good. You know, just school, college, getting it done.
Oh, wow.
Yes, ma'am.
You enjoying college?
I love it.
That's wonderful.
Mass communications, you know, I love it.
Oh, that is wonderful. You picked the right field.
Yeah, a lot
because
of people
that's how you are. You're into sports.
Yeah, thank you. I know because for the minute we've known each other, I've told you a lot about myself, but I haven't really learned a lot about you. So you mind just giving me a spiel about exactly who Miss Joan Forrestier is?
Well, I'm glad you're interested, and I hope I can be, a help to you in any kind of way. Well, let me begin by saying, as a little girl, everyone called me Joni, even though my name's Joan. Everyone calls me Joni, and they would say, I would talk with my mom and stuff, and I would always want to be involved in things because I'm very ambitious. And even as a little girl, I had high aspirations for my life. I wanted to I have a creativity about myself that I like to do things. I like to initiate projects and do things like that. Even as a little girl in school, I was wanted to be the first to start working on a little project and stuff. So as coming up in age and as I got older, I was in like theaters and plays and stuff like that. And when I got older, after going through high school and graduating and everything, and I had to decide on what I really wanted to do with my life. And what really, Oscar, that I found that I really wanted to get involved in was really nursing. Well, I started in that for a little bit, but then I didn't go into the professional area of it where I got to be a nurse or anything like that, but I started helping people. And I started working with that, and I'm a person that I love to talk. I like to have communication, and I like to engage and, with people and stuff. And so I just sat back on my life as the years passed on and getting married and all. I married a contractor, and he was a general contractor, and that was a very wonderful job for him. But as for me, I got a job working with South Central Bell. So my career for 31 years was with South Central Bell, then it went to Bell South, then it went to AT&T. And during that period of time, me being who I am, I said, well, I want to help my husband since he's a general contractor and I'm working with AT&T. I want to work with him in his business because he was self-employed. So I went and took the test. I became a general contractor too. So I'm juggling AT&T career job and licensed general contractor as well as building homes, custom homes, renovations, commercial buildings. We worked together. So when I retired from AT&T, I also had an interest because over those years I was in ministry, and I was in fact during I'd say in 2008 I got licensed and ordained as a full-time minister. So here I am. I got a general contractor's license. I'm retired from AT&T. And also during that period of time, I became a life coach dealing with relationships. So like I said, from a child coming up, my aspirations, my ambitions, they were very, very high. And I always wanted to exceed whoever I engaged with, their expectations of a quality of life. So as it stands right now, Oscar, even with the general contractor's license, I'm retired from AT&T. I am in full-time ministry as a pastor teacher. My husband passed away 5 years ago. And when he passed away, I had to make some decisions on what I wanted to continue doing with my life. So what I did, I just prayed about it and asked God what was best for me. And I took care of my husband because he had become ill during the last years of his life. So when he passed away, I wanted to do something to bring the quality of life that I was used to someone else, So what I did, I start working with in-home healthcare, Oscar. And right now, currently, that's what I do. I work with individuals who have issues with their health, and they need someone to come into their home and take care of them. So I enjoy, Oscar, taking care of people.
I love that.
I enjoy that.
I also have another question for you.
Okay.
You told me about how you do the preaching. I love that. You told me how you do in-home health care.
Mm-hmm.
Was there things as a young girl that you seen in your community that wanted to make you just give back and just teach the word to your own?
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that was like a catalyst to me getting to where I am, because as a little girl, like I said before, I always liked to engage with people. I always liked to, when they would say, family members were in assisted living facilities, which is called nursing homes, I would always want to go, and I was always there to try to take care of people. So with the ministry, as a life coach, and with the ministry and doing in-home health care, to me, taking care of people is a ministry. Doing something for someone who they're unable to do for what they're unable to do for themselves, to me, that is the best thing you can do for an individual. Like you and I talk, and I've talked with you about your ambitions and what you want to do with mass communications, and you said you want to be a commentator for sports. Mm-hmm. I mean, what you're doing is great. The same way you're a team player, and see, that's what I see myself as, a team player. So what better service can you give to people? Because it's not really a job, even with you as well as myself. It's not really a job, Oscar. To me, it's service. You're giving service to someone. So I thank you for giving me this opportunity to express where I came from as a little girl and coming up. Always wanted to achieve, because I was a high achiever, and now here I am, sitting here now explaining to you where I came from, what I've done, and I enjoy being a servant to individuals who will let me do that for them.
Okay, well, I really appreciate you for letting me talk to you and sit down.
Oh, no problem.
And I really appreciate it. You have a great night.
Oh, thank you. And thank you so much for coming.
Yes, ma'am.